Good morning, fourth grade magnet, and good morning, Mr. Rowland. Sorry I'm not going to be there today. I'm actually at the Board of Education working on social studies and English language arts curriculum. So I'm going to be sharing a lot of what we do with different teachers from around the county, making a better, more innovative social studies tasks for other teachers and students. Cool. So you can see as today we're going to be working in slides just like we always do. Go ahead and get on that opening slide right here as you can see, and then I want you to complete the Geography B assessment. This is the first step in Mrs. Fochman determining the contestants for the Geography B. The top 10 contestants will be chosen. I want you to work on that during morning work, and that's kind of what the first thing you need to make sure that you have completed. If you do not finish it during morning work, then you will get other time later in the day to complete it. Okay, so around 8:30, that's when you guys are going to get started on your river exchange task, and that's something that I talked about with you briefly yesterday. We're going to click on introduction task. Click on this. Again, like I told you yesterday, you're going to be working in your pods. To do this, you need to make a copy of this document and put it in your pod groups. We have pod 1 is in a group, pod 2, pod 3 and 5, and then pod 4. Those are the groups. So then to create a copy of it, we go file, make a copy, and then you can actually choose the folder that you want to put it in. So say I wanted to put it in my drive. It's taking a second to load. But I want to make a copy, then put it somewhere. If you can't find where to put it, that's fine. I'll help you with it tomorrow. So after you make a copy, here are the questions that you need to figure out, need to answer. What is a watershed? So you need to give your answer to that. What is the name of your river? And we talked about the name of our river that we're observing and that we're studying. Describe the journey of your rivers from its headwaters to the ocean. So you're going to need to do some research there about where the Potomac River actually starts and where it connects to the Chesapeake Bay on into the Atlantic Ocean. What is the river like in your area? Big, small, clear, muddy, fast, slow. I want you to use some descriptive terms there to really paint a clear image of what the Potomac River is actually like. Then you have a couple more questions, and then at the bottom you can see introduce yourself in the comments section below and explain what you like most about your river or nearest large body of water. So you're going to work on that as a group. You also need to come up with a team name. Okay, so this is a group team name. It can be something fun, innovative, and so this is what you're going to be working on up until 8:55, and that's when you're going to be walking your laps. So you're going to be working on that task until 8:55. You guys go outside, you do your laps, and then you come back in, and then you need to move on to something else. If at 8:30 you are not finished your Geography B form, you will come back to that during your level learning independent time after you're walking your laps. Okay, so level learning, after you finish walking those laps, make sure you update your lap totals. The different activities for you to do during this are finish river exchange task. That's what you need to make sure that you're finished. You should be done that. This would be the time to finish your Geography B if you haven't done that. You have a leveled article to do in front row for U.S. presidential election, reading and writing activities. You need to do both of those, please. And then I'm going to give you a big chunk of time to work on your leveled learning full text task. That's another activity you can be working on. And finally, your front row word study. Okay, so that adjusts very nicely to whatever you need as a reader. So that is going to be up until Encore at 10:05. Then after you come back from Encore, we're going to get into those thematic narratives, and you're going to continue on what you've done so far with that, and I know you have we did the artful thinking meme. So we're going to build off of that and build off what you have created as your meme and begin your narrative by creating a story map for the events that will take place in your story. Okay, so you should be able to get that story map diagram that we have and fill in words, phrases for what you want to see happen in your text. Okay, just like we use the graphic organizer whenever we're writing informational text, we need to use that here for this. So our EQ for today is, how can I use my knowledge of theme to produce my own personal narrative? Okay, so I really want to see some in-depth thinking about your story map and how you're going to map it out. Not so that's what is most important today. Tomorrow we'll talk about your narratives and how to use your story map when writing your narrative. However, if you have time to start your narrative, you may do that. Okay, this is going to take us up to lunch. After lunch, obviously recess, and then after recess, I would like Mr. Rowland to read for about 15 minutes from our funny TV book. Following that, we have science and math integrated. This is going to kind of be your choice of what you do and when. However, they do need to be done in order. So we have a WAVES pre-assessment right here. This is actually a Google form. That should take you possibly about 10 minutes to do, so do that. Then you have an Edpuzzle. This is a pretty cool Edpuzzle video. It's called Crash Course, and it explains waves and traveling waves and what waves are. And there's some questions in there. And you will be graded on your responses. Your responses may be a tweet writing, so that's the very short, brief response. So make sure you take your time answering those. There's a lot of complex vocabulary in that video, so you may watch different parts of the video over and over again if you would like. And finally, for the end of the wave section is to search the web for images and create 3 wave memes. Okay, so you're looking for evidence of a wave that has taken place, and then you're going to create a meme with that. I'm sure Mr. Rowland knows what a meme is, and he can help you out if you need help. Just some examples would just be, obviously, just water waves. You can do earthquake, like she talks about in the video, or rope, or you can kind of look up something on your own. You can make it funny, like, OMG, watch out for the wave, or something like that. Once you've done that, you may move on to your math tasks for the day. I want you to do about 15 minutes of math fact practice. If you want to do math slide with someone, you may do that, but you need to keep your volume down. After about 15 minutes of doing that practice, you need to complete the decimals and fractions Google form. Again, this is another Google form. Take your time to do it. This will be graded. And finally, if you have any time at the end of the day, you may do whatever math app you would like or an additional reading app. You may also you may continue working on your level learning. All right, and for homework tonight, you need to read for 20 minutes on Light Sail and about 20 minutes on level learning, or it can just be a reading of your choice if you're already finished with your level learning. Okay, I hope you have a great day, and I look forward to seeing you guys tomorrow.